Hi guys, how we doing? So I really didn't get that many opinions, so I just kind of decided to grab the first thing my hand landed on. So we are doing the little rainbow today, which I'm not complaining about. It's a nice chill thing that I can probably go ahead and finish today, where the cat and the gnomes are kind of longer term projects. So I'm just throwing together a sky blue type of color so we can start on the background. And yes, I have plenty of sky blue colors, but I felt like making my own. So that's what we're doing over here real quick. Hopefully, if you have plans for New Year's, you're safe and conscious about it. If you're going out with friends, make sure you all have each other's backs. If you're drinking, please don't drive. Be safe, be smart, or be like me and stay home and probably be in bed by midnight. I loved New Year's when I was much younger. Now I like my bed. I am a fan of my bed. I am a fan of being in my bed at a decent hour. I guess I got old along the line somewhere, but that's okay too. So I think this is going to be just a nice, bright, cheerful way to do my last project of 2024. And don't really know what I'm going to do with this yet. I was kind of in a funk and came across it at the dollar store, which we know how much I love doing those types of things. The oddball little projects you find at the cheaper stores. Budget doesn't always mean bad. Or, less quality or anything like that. Just means that I didn't pay an arm and a leg for it. I am definitely, if you guys like these little gnomes when I start doing them, or if you want to see me do a bunch of them, please let me know. These were an Amazon find, and there are tons of them. There's so many. So cute. And I don't want to spend a ton of money on something that I can happily live with or without if it's not something you guys would be interested in seeing. So please let me know. I probably made a little more blue than I actually needed, but that's all right. We're definitely going to need purple in a little bit so we can adjust, or we can change the tone of the blue for one of the arcs. Go. I do apologize for the quiet day yesterday. I had a really long weekend. I worked my tail off. Plus, it was another weekend where my other half was headed back to work So it's always a little bit hectic the first weekend he's away, because I do work weekends, and getting a good rhythm for the household and work, it takes a couple of days. So a lot of times I'll take Monday, and that's just my day to catch my breath, which is exactly what I did. I sat and watched TV with my pets and relaxed and really just didn't do much. Which, honestly, I'm not going to complain even a little bit about that. I love the fact that it's almost like sometimes my pets can tell when I really just need a day to chill, because they will happily just chill with me most of the time. Sometimes the birds need a little convincing. But I've said it many, many times before, and I'll probably say it many, many more times. Birds are not pets you get if you're looking for somebody who's going to be quiet. Me personally, I don't mind the noise most of the time. About the only time it really gets to me is if I'm headachy. But as you can hear, there are certain things that you can do to occupy those little minds and keep them busy and pretty decently quiet. Right now, the answer to the I need some quiet time is, of all things, the old movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. They love that movie so much, which is ridiculous and hilarious. I'm going to have to turn for just a second here, guys. I cannot see this corner. I don't know what it is about it, but they love that movie so much. They will sit quietly and watch it 9 out of 10 times that I put it on. Which, it's handy to have something like that in your pocket. It's enough of a benefit that I actually even did buy it on Amazon so that anytime we want to put it on for them, we're not having to search it down or anything. So we're getting there already. So I think what we're going to do with the clouds, we're going to paint the clouds white, but because I am who I am, I got to put a silver lining on them, right? So we're going to paint the clouds the nice bright white, and then apparently we'll get some blue shading in there, because I really am not great at painting inside the lines all the time, but that's okay. We're going to get a nice thick coat of the white, and then we're going to go on and paint the rainbow, and then we'll come back and do the silver. Actually, I'm not hating on the little bit of blue through the cloud, though. I'm also very intentionally leaving kind of chunky. I mean, why not? It's supposed to be a cloud. Clouds aren't exactly perfectly the same all the way through, are they? So this is me just kind of glopping paint on. Hopefully it'll make sense as it dries. I have an idea. I just wanted it a little less brush strokey and a little more texture-y. I kind of like that. What do you guys think? Obviously, I'm now going to have to go through and clean that mess that I just made. But one good thing about painting wood, it soaks up an awful lot of the paint really quickly. And this isn't one that we're expecting perfection on. This is just a fun little something to do. I really don't want to continue a project today into tomorrow. So this one makes sense to do. I want a whole new, since it's a new year, a new start on a new project, I think is a good idea. Now, if you're wondering with the cat, there is absolutely nothing wrong with the cat. I just don't like it. I don't like the way it looks. So, I'm kind of thinking a gray and white tuxedo. I don't want to do solid black because that gets very limited. And even a black tuxedo is still fairly limiting on details. Where with the grays you can kind of play with the different tones. There we go. Now, I think I'm having a little bit of a hard time deciding on a color here. What are we starting off with? I think we're going to start off with a nice, just bright red. Hopefully there's enough in here. I guess I do have more than one red, don't I? That one's a little thicker, so we'll use it. And I think, just for giggles, we're going to add a little shimmer to that. Because we know how much I love my shimmer, don't we? Birds are discussing something in there. Which tells me it's probably hitting the intermission part. There we go. Just kind of peeking to check what kind of time we're working with here. Ooh, I like that. And please don't come after me if it's not exactly in the correct order or anything. Rainbows don't have 4 stripes. So, and they don't really end in clouds perfectly on each end either. So, this is just a cute and pretty, fun little way to pass a few minutes and spend a little bit of my New Year's with you guys. So, if we're not precise, it's okay. Right? I think we're going to go red, orange, yellow, green. Because I have this phenomenal orange that I never really get to use. I mean, seriously. Look at that. I might just bring it down a few degrees with the color there, but not too crazy. And the way we do that, you guys can kind of see what we're doing here. I'm going to take just a tiny bit of that red. Just a teeny tiny bit, just to kind of bring that orange down out of the stratosphere. And if you feel like it was just a little too much of the red, easy trick, add a little bit more of that, oh my goodness, orange. There we go. So the orange might take a few coats, but that's okay. We can make that happen. Whatever the discussion we had going on in the birds has apparently been settled. It's a very different vibe in the house when he has gone to work. We both have very mellow vibes to begin with, but he definitely tends to ground me. So I end up doing some crazy projects a lot of times when he's not home. Like moving all of my baby fish and cleaning my baby tank because I have a pregnant female that I'm getting ready to move in there. He kind of keeps me on this planet a little bit, which is probably a good thing. I don't really know how to moderate what I'm trying to do. I tend to just go for it and think about the consequences later, which usually equals me getting into some state of exhaustion or another. Though I am getting better about it. Okay, so I need to buy more yellow paint, but I think we have enough to make a go of this. Do I have more yellow in here somewhere? I feel like I do. Why do I have 6 different shades of orange and 1 yellow? Okay, so that worked. I think this is going to end up hung out here just because it's not anything fancy or, you know, excuse me, super crazy or anything. It's just a cute little fun piece. And of course, I would decide to make the widest piece the paint that I'm almost out of. Does that make sense, right? I hate to say it, guys, but I have to excuse myself for just one moment and find out what is going on out there. And before I do that, we're going to just do that right there, because that was a little more blue in that than I wanted. I will be right back. Now let's clean this back up. Sorry about that. Sometimes you have to be willing to just get up and go check when there's not somebody that is going to go do it for you right now. Nine times out of 10, when I hear a weird noise like that, it is exactly what it was today, and that is Sweetie Pie's older, and even though he does have his flat perches and bed and stuff that he can stand on, he still insists on trying to do some of the smaller perches, and he falls off on occasion. He's perfectly fine, just mad that his feet don't work the way they're supposed to as much anymore. But 27 years old for a cockatiel is like between 80 and 90 years old for us. He is just our little old man and a little stubborn still, but that's okay. And instead of spending time searching out the perfect color, let's just make a nice, pretty, simple green. I don't need much. There we go. Oops. Let's neaten that up a little bit. Once again, doesn't have to be perfect, but now I have all kinds of paint on my hands, so that's kind of fun. Now, I do need a nice silver lining. I was not trying to open it quite that way, but okay. Actually might work better. I'm not sure what happened to this paint, but that should do it. Ooh. I'm fairly certain the camera did not just pick that up, but movement is showing my age a little bit. I turned around to grab a new brush, and my entire back just cracked. I guess that's the way it goes sometimes, though. You may not feel the years passing, but boy, they sneak up on you. I actually have 0 complaints to my age or life, though. I mean, yes, I have a bit of a bad back, and I seem to break fairly easily, but I'm in very good health. Probably be in better health if I could convince myself to put down the cigarettes, but I only smoke outside, so the only person I'm hurting with that is myself. It really isn't showing up all that much, is it? Let's see. I think that particular paint was just a little too thick for what I'm looking to do. And once again, I'm not worried about perfection. Oh, that looks much better. Oops. Didn't mean to pick up the entire thing. There we go. So, I would love to hear your opinions on which we should start tomorrow. Who kicks off our new year? The cat, the girl coffee gnome, or the boy coffee gnome? I'm kind of split on all of them because I'm really looking forward to doing each one. So I think any of them is going to be an enjoyable way to kick off the new year. Go. We're almost done. Not sure how long we ended up going here, but right now I'm waiting for I'm killing time for my baby tank to recycle just a little bit because I did a water change on it and I pulled the baby fish out. So I want it to just run for an hour or two before I move Mama in. Now, she will not stay in the tank long term. She's just there so that she can have her babies and not have them eaten instantly. Because my bottom feeders, though not aggressive, they will quite happily munch on some baby fish. So I will keep you guys updated on those. But for now, let me stand her up so you guys can actually see. We have a friendly, cute little rainbow. And I am going to go ahead and stop there. And I will talk to you guys next year.